All right, finally here. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry it took me so long to get here today. God. Shoo. I was ready to go. The dogs come knocking at my door. And Luna is getting very good finally about letting me know that she wants to go outside. So when Luna knocks on my door, when Buddy knocks on my door, it could be because he wants to go play with the neighbors. But when Luna knocks on my door, I just pay attention. I just take her out because I've been working with her for too long to ignore that one. Now I need to get the timing down. Yeah. I did go in and I looked in on my husband. He's in there sleeping. Morning, Karen. Good morning, Sheila. I went in and looked in on my husband and I thought, well, maybe I'll wake him up. But I just didn't have the heart to do it. Usually if he sleeps in like this, then he's had a really rough night of sleep. I sleep like a rock. I usually wake up once in the middle of the night. Wake up, go to the bathroom, check the dogs, and go back to bed. It takes me less than 3 seconds to fall back asleep. With my husband, he's not so lucky. So we got Allison with us. We got Christy May in the house. Nice. Hi. Happy day, Christy May. We got Sheila. We got Karen. Welcome, everybody. It's me doing my morning stretch. That reminds me, my grandson got a new bow. He's been doing archery or taking archery lessons probably for about a year, maybe a year and a half now. And he is very good. He's really getting so much better. So my daughter's fiance bought him a bow. And he's pretty stoked about it. He's pretty happy. Morning, Julie. He posed with it. He did this little whatever Superman thing that people do. I don't know what they do. Anyway, he had the bow up here and he had this really cool Johnny Cash shirt on. And so somebody commented, "Ooh, looks like you're sporting a pretty cool new shirt there, bud. Nice." So I had to continue that comment forward and continue on about his shirt and not say anything about his bow. So I hope he got the joke. I hope he forgives me if he didn't. Daughter did a good job on my haircut. We're trying to get it back into that style that I like so well. So I'm really not that vain. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. When it comes to my hair, I don't like my hair looking like trash. So I've been looking for these two pendulums for about 2 weeks. Been looking for Faye's, and then this one is Anya's. And man, I couldn't find them to save my life. And I looked over in one of my jars with some stones in it. I think it's rose quartz stones, just little pebbles. There they were. They come back. Thanks. Thanks for coming back. Oh, what's Nicole up to this morning? Good morning, Nicole. So I have this ankle bracelet that I've been wearing for about 5 years solid now. 5 years. It's turquoise and silver, and it has these little black dots on the back of the band. And I don't even remember, pardon me, I don't even remember what these are called. It's not shungite, it's not hematite, but it's some kind of a stone that was infused with 27 different frequencies. And it's supposed to make keep your headaches down, make your balance better. It's just supposed to keep you in line, your magnetic field. Hey, Freya, good morning, love. So I want to see if it works because it broke, and it's been 5 years since I had this thing on. So I don't know if it worked or not. So let's find out, huh? It just came off this morning. Kind of broke my heart, though. I looked at it and I was, oh, man. I didn't want that to fall off, but I'm glad I found it. Update on the plants. Do you remember we made some self-watering plants containers, or self-watering containers for our plants? Okay, that sounds a lot better than self-watering plants. Morning, Jeff. Morning, sweetheart. How are you doing? Good to see you. Look how big they're getting. This is just one. I found one pot that I transplanted, and this one was one that I put t-shirt material in. I just had a t-shirt that was too small for me, and I just cut the band off, and you can see where it's in the dirt. And man, it really, really works. It doesn't overwater, but it's just right. And I keep them in pretty good sunlight. They look good. There's one of them. Here's another one that I use the wicking material, that you would buy to refill your torch wick. That's what that is. And I don't think I flared out the bottom. I flared out the inside. I just kind of cut it lengthwise a couple of times, made an X in it so I could spread it out more in the dirt. Anyway, they are working great. Although I think the t-shirt works a little bit better. And I have to refill this little bottle. I fill it up to about where the lid is. Twice a week, maybe. How's yours doing, Freya? Because I know Freya took that idea and ran with it. And she also made some. Oh, gosh. Changes are coming. Actually, I think I should say that changes are here. I was down in Cleveland yesterday for a minute, but over, I think it was maybe Monday with my husband. No. Yeah. Had to go down Monday. I was so tired Monday. After the show, I didn't want to do anything but go back to bed. And Monday, I could do nothing at all, nowhere near a bed. I could not go to sleep to save my life. So I had to go down to Dad's and get some stuff, just kind of get some stuff taken care of. Awesome, Freya. So your plants are doing well. And all I wanted to do was sleep the whole day. I was grumpy, I was snappy, I was sassy, I was sleepy. I was crying. You ever get crying tired? Man, crying tired sucks. It's when your whole body says quit. Yeah, Christy May, as a matter of fact. What do you know about Cleveland, Missouri, huh? What do you know about Cleveland, Missouri, Christy May? Or was you thinking Cleveland, Ohio? That's what everybody always... People in Belton, when I was growing up, they'd say, where are you from? I'd say Cleveland. And they'd say, Ohio? No, man, we're just down the road from you. Hey, I want to pull from the Phoenix deck this morning. So, it doesn't tell me how many people are on with me, but I'm going to try. And I'm just going to pull one card for everybody. And this is the Phoenix cards by Susan Shepard. Ooh, this is past life. This is a past life deck. Ooh, how cool is that? How cool is that? All right. This might take a few minutes. Whoo, man. Today is going to be a day of processing, Nicole. Wow. Yeah, they were doing that at the events. Where was I at? I was in Springfield for the Psychic Fair in May or June, and they were doing sound baths. That is the coolest thing. It's a beautiful, very healing. Christy said, oh, yeah, I would have called you. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, Caitlin. You saw Phoenix Fire last night? How cool is that? How cool is that? I have seen the Phoenix twice. Once she burst into flames and was just like red, red, red. Boy, it was amazing. And the second time I saw the Phoenix Fire, she was blue. And oh man, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, no matter what kind of meditation you do, when you see the Phoenix Fire, man, it's like nothing else. It's very nice. It's very beautiful, very meaningful. I'm gonna grab a drink. All right, Julie Lindsay, because I know that you are driving to work. And these cards are going to take a while. I'll probably be on here until about 9:30. I'm going to give myself 1 hour. And I'm going to try and get everybody one card pulled. And if I can't, we'll see how time goes, okay? We'll see how time goes because I shouldn't have very many left. But I'm going to start off with Julie. And I'm just going to intuitively call your name. If it's been a while and I haven't called your name, say something. Man, Julie, I'm trying to get this card for you. I pulled two, so I'm going to see which one is which. I might get told that they're both yours. This is for Julie. Julie Lindsay. Is this her card? This one is for Julie Lindsay. Is this one for Julie? Okay, cool. That means I got time to read it. If it was two, I'd be like, oh man, these are kind of involved. All right. And they're also in Roman numerals. Oh, beautiful. Came right to it. All right. Now, it has been a while. It has been a while since I have read these past life cards, and they are involved. So you guys are so cool. So I am going to do my very best just to hit the highlights because, sorry, if I don't, and I got to have some light down here. If I don't, it'll be too long. All right, Phoenix Fire. What you have is a Greek painting, Julie, and it's very interesting. Very interesting. You have the snake eating the man. You have the, I don't know what that is, god, goddess, warrior, serpent. Okay, so lots of stuff going on in that card. All right, I'm going to start reading. Okay, the symbol you've chosen is a painting from an ornamental cup bearing the Greek myth of Jason and the snake, painted by the artist Dorius. The legend of Jason and his quest for the golden fleece is one of the richest, most imaginative epics found in Greek mythology. In this piece, Jason is shown being swallowed by a giant serpent. Similar to the story of Osiris and Isis, Jason died and was resurrected by the goddess Athena. In this way, he became immortal. The ancient Greeks believed that each individual had divine potential locked within. It was once said that the Greeks made their gods into men and their men into gods. The place is ancient Greece. It held dominion over several Mediterranean and Middle Eastern countries held during the Hellenistic period. Okay, then it talks about the population in the area. The legend of Jason and the Golden Fleece gained popularity among the Greeks in the 5th century BC when this painting was produced. The Jason legend was taken from the account by the Greek poet Apollonius and later expanded by Euripides. The Hellenistic era lasted from 323 BC to 146 BC. Okay, then it goes on about that. The ancient Greeks were called themselves the Hellenes. The Hellenes, I think. They were a mixture of early Aegean and later Indo-European invaders, including Dorians and Ionians. Ah, God. Okay, and then it talks about their physical appearance. It talks about traits, but the conclusion is what we're interested in, really. Conclusion, Julie, if you chose the Greek painting as a past life symbol, you are an unusually sharp and intuitive person. For you, life is an intellectual enterprise that needs to be figured out by rational thought and reason. And although you may have a refined or artistic nature, your active intelligence loves to analyze. You have a strong oratory and verbal skills that will benefit you greatly if you master them with a little more discipline. You exhibit compelling powers of persuasion and are a fine negotiator. You love debate, but shun petty arguments. Julie. You are not one to deplete your energies on ideas that are negative, meaningless, or fruitless. The idea of a higher truth appeals to you, and you search for it in a way that often gravitates towards God or spiritual concerns. You express the highest powers of your mind in debating, teaching, or just talking. It gets your mental juices flowing, and you like that feeling. Thinking is a release for you. The scope of your mind is wide and exceptional, but nervous and overactive. For this reason, you may have trouble sleeping or be disturbed by unusual dreams of searching for something that you cannot find. It says it's likely that you have a heightened sense of body awareness, though you may not be attracted to competitive sports. However, you enjoy feeling healthy, strong, and alive. You may even be slightly vain. You believe the outside of your body reflects your inner nature, and it's important for you to feel attractive and pleasing to the eye, like a beautiful Greek statue. Yeah, I don't compare you to a Greek statue, but everything else is cool. I think naked people. Hey, you are probably known among your friends and associates for asking unanswerable questions. You ask the questions, why am I here? What is the meaning of all this? And your intense questioning may relax as you grow older, but you will tend to ponder concepts and ideas that most people never consider or imagine. This advanced thinking can take you to levels that others don't care to reach and might give you a reputation for being an intellectual. It is important that you never feel bad about asking too many strange questions. Without people like you, humankind could never advance. Yeah. You may excel at math or science. You're logical when it comes to life and even consider and compare things objectively. And when provoked, you can be flighty, talkative, and extremely nervous. It's important that you write down your ideas as soon as they occur, or they will vanish at your next turn of mind. You will do well to study languages, philosophy, medicine, or science, and your life among the Greeks has made you wise with a special sense of reason and logic. More than this, you have a knowledge of human nature that goes beyond reason. In the Greek sense, to know thyself is truly a sign of an advanced and beautiful soul. Julie Lindsay, that is who you are. That's cool. Excuse me. All right. Nice. I like that card. And I know, Julie, and that fit. All right, Sheila Littmeyer. Who all is jumping? And everybody's here today. Everybody's here. You see yourself as 35. You know what? And absolutely, I agree with that. You have the wisdom of somebody who's in their 50s. Actually, you have the wisdom of a sage, and you have the beauty of a young woman. You're just gorgeous, sweetheart. Just gorgeous. Nobody would have guessed your age ever. I bet you win all the guess my age contests, don't you? Sheila. I bet you do. That's the ones I always went to at Worlds of Fun. Never went to the Guess Your Weight, because that's no fun. But I would go over by the Guess Your Age contest people, and they never got it right. Sheila, I think you might like this one. Get a drink real quick, pardon me. Yeah, hey you guys, Luna, lunch break with Luna over at Christian Witches Luna and Asta is doing her lunch break today. She'll be on from 12 to 2 reading cards. Go see her too. Go see her too. If you'd love to have your cards read, pop on lunch break with Luna over at Christian Witches Luna and Asta. Making sure I got the right one. Sheila Littmeyer. Sheila Littmeyer, you have the Gypsy Amulet. That's a cool one. The symbol that you have chosen is a painted amulet used for protection by the Rom people or gypsies. This magical stone is associated with the Kalderdasha clan of gypsies, a tribe symbolized by the serpent and stars. I'll put this down so I can read this. Tribe symbolized by the serpent and stars. Amulets are used as a charm for health and spiritual protection. They were once used to drive out malefic spirits. I don't know that word, malefic. Anyway, the green serpent on the stone represents mystical power, beneficial mystical power. Most mystical amulets, as they are today, kept in a velvet pouch or worn around the neck on the string. The history of Rom is shrouded in mystery. By tracing their language roots, it's generally accepted that the gypsies originated in India. Modern gypsies are found throughout the world and have lived primarily in Europe and North America. The ancestors of modern gypsies left India around AD 1000. Interesting. It is okay. They were then given the name gypsies. Modern evidence they said that they were passed themselves off as descendants of ancient Egyptians. Excuse me, I missed that whole line. They arrived in Western Europe at the beginning of the 5th century and passed themselves off as descendants of the ancient Egyptians. They were then given the name gypsies. Modern evidence, however, disputes this connection with Egypt and is believed the gypsies invented this Egyptian story to give their occult and fortune-telling skills more credibility. There are many variations among nomadic people who call themselves gypsies. All right, and then it goes on about their groups, and then talks about the languages. Says they are small, dark, with bold, flashing eyes. However, it is not unusual to find golden or crimson-haired gypsies, especially among this tribe's family roots in Ireland or Scotland. Conclusion. If you've chosen the Gypsy Amulet, you are an exceptionally clever person. You have an intelligence that stems from your shrewd ability to observe and judge character in almost any given situation. There is a strange beauty about you. You love clothes with unusual patterns and stunning designs. Your home is your castle, and you like to carry parts of it with you. What might look like a mess to others represents many special things that you love to be surrounded by. You may even carry photographs or comforting items in a purse or bag to remind you of the things and people you adore. You have an exquisitely sensual, tactile nature, and it's important that you are caressed or touched often. Without this affection, you may grow depressed or listless. A healthy debate allows you a chance to cleanse your soul of any negative emotions. Even the most heated discussions can make you feel much better. Once an argument is over, you carry no resentment or bad feelings for the other party unless, of course, your partner has resorted to dirty tactics. If so, you will never completely forgive it. If you decide to pardon your offender, your trust is lost. You cannot forget. That is the gypsy way. It's difficult to keep secrets from you. If you suspect that someone is withholding knowledge from you, it will drive you crazy until you find out exactly what it is. You are precise, probing, and, possessive. A secret challenges you to expose it for everyone else to know and see. You have little respect for a hypocrite or anyone who is holier than thou. Sweet and endearing words cannot fool you, for you know the true nature of people that you are dealing with. This makes others nervous when they first meet you. When it comes to your own life, you reveal very little. You're like a mystical doorway that no key truly fits. You have many secret feelings and thoughts that you revealed to no one. Some of these are wonderful creative ideas that could make you a fortune one day. You're industrious with a wonderful potential. You are shrewd and crafty, but you may lack confidence to develop your creative ideas and flesh them out. You may tend to wash your hands often. You simply cannot tolerate dirt or filth. This reflects an old gypsy belief that the body pollutions can affect your spiritual nature or attract negative entities. You are not a neatness fanatic. On the contrary, you probably aren't the world's finest housekeeper. Your home may be cluttered, but you tend to wash more often than most people, especially before you meditate or attempt any type of divination. You would make a very fine occultist if you develop your inborn psychic powers. You like to study very varied forms of esoteric knowledge, and it's important that you concentrate on one special interest. You're versatile and receptive, but you need to be aware that maintaining too many interests can preclude you to success in any one. Your life among the gypsies gives you special insight and makes you something of an enigma. Reveal a few of your special secrets, especially to the people that you want to grow close to. Rest assured, it won't hurt a bit. Whew. Oh, you're talking, Freya. That's so funny. Oh, my goodness. That's a good one. That's a good one, Sheila. I think that one also very fitting for you. Okay, I'm going to scoot back up. Karen Ann Payne, are you still with me? Karen Ann? Is that right? Did I say the wrong last name? Did I say the wrong first name? Karen Payne Fox. Karen Ann Payne. Karen Payne Fox. Pardon me. I'm so sorry. I know. I felt the same way too, Sheila. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read. I'll pull the card. I will read you the history of the first paragraph there that tells about what the card is. And then I'm just going to go straight to the conclusion because everything else is just history. Nice, Karen. Sorry I got your name all fouled around there. But, I knew I wasn't quite right. I don't know why I named you Karen Ann. Anyway, it talks about the history and then the location and the tribal details and it goes back. It's just too much information. Too much information to give out today. And the conclusions are very detailed as well. So I'd rather just give you the idea of what the card is and then go right straight to the conclusions. Right, Julie? Well done. Well said. All right. Karen Payne Fox. Oh, well, who to guess? That's so weird. Oh, let me ask. Let me ask because I did mix these cards up, all the pieces. I mixed them up like crazy, but I just want to make sure because there's plenty of cards in this deck that you didn't get the same one. Is this card for Karen? Yes. Yes, Karen. You also have Jason and the Golden Fleece. Actually, this is called the Greek painting. You and Julie. You and Julie today. Here we go. The Greek painting. This is for Karen Payne Fox, and I asked my pendulum because I wanted to make sure that was for you. And they said, yes, this is the one for you. All right, very interesting. So let's refresh ourselves about the Greek painting. It says, The symbol you have chosen is a painting from an ornamental cup, and these words are hard to pronounce. I just want you to know. I got it right the first time for the most part. Let's see how it goes. The symbol you have chosen is a painting from an ornamental cup bearing the Greek myth of Jason and the snake, painted by the artist Dorius. The legend of Jason and his quest for the golden fleece is one of the most richest, most imaginative epics found in Greek mythology. In this piece, Jason is shown being swallowed by a giant serpent, similar to the story of Osiris and Isis. Jason died and was resurrected by the goddess Athena. In this way, he became immortal. The ancient Greeks believed that each individual had divine potential locked within them. It was once said that the Greeks made their gods into men and their men into gods. If you chose the Greek painting as a past life symbol, you are an unusually sharp and intuitive person. For you, life is an intellectual enterprise that needs to be figured out by rational thought and reason. Although you may have a refined or artistic nature, your active intelligence loves to analyze. You have a strong oratory and verbal skills that will benefit you greatly if you master them with a little more discipline. You exhibit compelling powers of persuasion and are a fine negotiator. You love debate but shun petty arguments. You are not one to deplete your energies on ideas that are negative, meaningless, or fruitless. The idea of higher truth appeals to you, and you search for it the way others gravitate to God or spiritual concerns. You express the highest powers of your mind in debating, teaching, or just talking. It gets your mental juices flowing, and you like that. Thinking is a release for you. The scope of your mind is wide and exceptional, but nervous and overactive. For this reason, you may have trouble sleeping or be disturbed by unusual dreams or searching for something that you cannot, searching for something that you cannot find. It is likely that you have a heightened sense of body awareness, although you may not be attractive to competitive sports. However, you enjoy feeling healthy, strong, and alive. You may even be slightly vain. You believe the outside of your body reflects your inner nature. It's important for you to feel attractive and pleasing to the eye, like a beautiful Greek statue. You understand instinctively that spirit blossoms into the physical expression of your attitude and a sense of personhood and are turned off by slovenly, unkept appearance. You are probably known among your friends and associates for asking unanswerable questions. You ask the questions, why am I here? And what is the meaning of all this? Your intense questioning may relax as you grow older, but you will tend to ponder concepts and ideas most people never consider or imagine. This advanced thinking can take you to levels that others don't care to reach and might even give you a reputation for being an intellectual or an egghead. It is important that you never feel bad about asking too many strange questions. Without people like you, humankind could never continue to advance. You may excel at mathematics or natural sciences. You are logical when it comes to your own life and like to weigh, consider, and compare things objectively. When provoked, you can be flighty, talkative, and extremely nervous. It's important that you write down ideas as soon as they occur or they will vanish at the next turn of your mind. You will do well to study languages, philosophy, medicine, or science. Your life among the Greeks has made you wise with a special sense of reason and logic. More than this, you have a knowledge of human nature that goes beyond reason. In the Greek sense, to know thyself is truly a sign of an advanced and beautiful soul. Okay, Julie, I have to go back and apologize to you. I read this line, it's important for you to feel attractive and pleasing to the eye like a beautiful Greek statue. And I didn't understand that. And yeah, that fits you. I didn't understand it because when I read it, I interpreted it wrong and I felt like that was talking about vanity. And I was like, no. You're everything else, but you're not vain. So my apologies, Julie. My apologies. All right. Next up. I got Karen, I got Payne, I got Karen, I got Sheila, I got Julie. I'm going to go back up to the top up here. Oh, let's do Christy May. Let's do Christy May's next. And then Allison and Nicole. How's that? That's how I'm going to intuitively draw them today. I'm just going to go down the line. So Christy May Morales. You see I don't have on my Moldavite. It was strong. I can't wear it all the time. I can't wear it constantly. So I have it on my night table so I can have it by me whenever I'm sleeping. And sometimes I'll put it on and sleep with it. And I'll wear it, you know, on certain occasions. Like if I go to an event where I'm doing readings and I really want to connect, I'll wear it, but can't wear it every day. No matter how much I wanted to. But I tell you what, I have so many. Oh, I will get you in there, Freya. Don't you worry, darling. I have so many people. Honest, Karen, nice, that have commented and just give such high praise to you for your work. Well, this is interesting. All right, Christy May. What do I do with the book? XXII. What is that? XXII is number 22, isn't it? 32, 42, I don't know. Nice. Christy May. This is a beautiful card. All right. The symbol you've chosen features an Islamic temple with crescent and star. Many countries carry this emblem on their flag, showing just how widespread Islam became after the death of the beloved Prophet Muhammad. Not only is the star and crescent representative of Islam, many other mystical orders, including Freemasons, have also adopted it as their own, revealing a Muslim influence in their secret rites. The word Islam, loosely translated from Arabic, means submission to God. Christy May. The conclusion, because it's going to tell all about the place. I'll tell you it doesn't really say the time. About around AD 570. It's talking about language groups, appearance, traits of people, but we're just going to go straight to the conclusion. Christy May, if you have chosen the Islamic crescent and star as a past life symbol, you are an intense individual who often may feel at the mercy of your own powerful and conflicting emotions. When you walk into a room, people can sense your presence even before you utter a word. Your personality is governed by Pluto and Saturn. Like these distant outer planets, you have such a strong energy that you affect your immediate world in a weighty manner. You elicit a strong response, and people either love you or react furiously against you. At times, people may seem to gang up on you for no apparent reason. Perhaps it is because you can influence their worldview and make them feel much smaller. You wield a strength that seems frightening to others at first, and although unconsciously aware of your own power, you can sometimes make others uneasy because you disrupt their preconceived notions of thinking. Others feel they must resist you, and this causes you much frustration. Actually, you're not that difficult at all. You tend to be a quiet person who loves to ponder the meaning of life and the implications of a greater spirit that governs everything. You prefer the familiar company of your own thoughts and feelings over the company of crowds or friends. You've built a private world and prefer not to let others intrude on your personal reality. This secret world is so powerful that it creates an influence of its own, totally apart and separate from you. People may believe that you are up to something or are planning some kind of attack against them, and they might even recommend that your vibrations make them uncomfortable around you. Don't be swayed by this. You are a rare person with a special vision. You have a wonderful contribution to make in this world, and it is important that you do not allow petty criticism and sanctimonious judgments to subvert your best efforts. I love that. I think that's perfect. Deep inside, you are a fighter, and even though it may seem as though other people are getting their way, the more others criticize you and attempt to destroy your spirit, the stronger you will become. Your fighting is not expressed through arguments or inane acts of revenge. You look upon resistance as an opportunity to build character and grow closer to a higher wisdom. In this way, you are much like the phoenix, the mythical bird who creates a more beautiful and transformed self by rising out of the ashes. Even though there may be times when your soul is deeply hurt, your spirit is never destroyed. You thrive on change and are constantly transforming yourself into something entirely new. It's no coincidence that you present an awesome appearance that never fails to attract attention. Your eyes mirror the complexity of your soul, and your past life among the early Islamic people has made you a person of great character and pronounced willpower. Although associates may not like you at first, they will always come to admire you. Your special wisdom about God and different faiths bring much light to an orphan world hidden in shadows. I like that description. I like that a lot, Christy May. I really think that fits you well. Fits you well. And now you can say, I know why I like this, or why I act like that, or why I do this. Got a fierce and independent spirit. And you do. And that's the way it should be. Allison Claney, are you here with me today? Claney? I'm just here. I'm just glad to say your name right. Allison. All right, Allison, here we go. Nice. Love and healing light to you too, Christy May. That was a very fitting card for you. And for some reason, I especially think that you needed to hear that message today. I really do. So, I'm glad it was yours. Oh, Allison. You're going to dig this one. Hang on, though. I gotta find it. Almost there. Took me a second to get my brain switched over to Greek letters, numbers, Roman numerals. What the hell? Whatever these things are on top of the card, I got to figure out what page it's on. Egyptian Buto goddess is your card. Allison. Egyptian Buto goddess. And it says of the symbol. The symbol you have chosen is from a mural design in a burial chamber in ancient Egypt. Buto, the cobra goddess and divine protector of the king, also governed Lower Egypt and the winds of the north. The complexity of religious and spiritual thought among the ancient Egyptian is still not completely understood. We do know that the Egyptian worshipped several hundred gods and goddesses. Like the later Mayan Indians of Mexico, the Egyptians had gods and goddesses governing 12 hours of the night and day, gods of the planets, gods of the days of the months, gods of the winds, gods of the senses. This particular Buto design was taken from the tune of Amun Kosar Kopsh, who ruled Thebes in the 20th dynasty. There you go. Whew. Man, you got to know your words in this book, or fake it well. Me, I'm pretty good. Hey, Hard Times, welcome back. Oh, the conclusion of Budo. If you chose the ancient Egyptian Budo goddess as a past life symbol, you are a colorful and creative individual with well developed, finely tuned psychic abilities. You feel strong affinities for all types of esoteric study and metaphysical theories. Anything odd or different intrigues you. Your beliefs and interests are unusually flexible and multidimensional, and like the thousands of eyes of a honeybee, you can see more ways and more truths than one. I like that. Your objectivity gives you an especially intelligent approach. You are not one to view life strictly on surface level. Instead, you feel compelled to delve into areas that others are afraid to open or unlock. You would make a fine investigator, writer, or psychologist. Religious rituals appeal to you, and you are very curious about any aspect of life that remains hidden. Because of your interest, you have a great respect for most of the world's great religions. It's not that you are attracted to showy things and cannot see the realm of the spirit on your own. You simply enjoy the icons and sacred objects that allow transitory spiritual energies to appear real. To you, ritual adds a sense of drama and richness to an event. Because of your keen interest in the unseen world, it is likely that you are also superstitious. You would never avoid a black cat crossing your path, but you wouldn't forget seeing it either. However, if we were to compare you to a planetary energy, it would be Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. You are constantly transforming the ways that you view different world mysteries and enriching the experiences of others with your unusual vision. There's an aura of mystery and secretness around you that you unknowingly encourage. Others may even spread rumors that attribute powers and influences to you that you've not even considered, like practicing magic. Yet there is a power within you that can often immediately fear, that others can often immediately fear even when it is untapped. You tend to attract jealous or threatened responses, and it's important that you learn to live with this fact. People are curious to know what it is that you have. Try to be more consciously aware of your powers. Because of your past life in such an extraordinary culture, associates may find you esoteric at times. You are intrigued with the past and love to contemplate complex mysteries of this planet and maybe even others. You tend to approach subjects head on, even subjects that others fear. It isn't so much that you are fascinated by death, it is the mystery of death that fascinates you. You may be a great fan of ghost stories or anything else that seems to substantiate a spiritual existence. This is the path of remembering your past life. There is one aspect of ancient Egypt life that may cause obstacles in your present life. Although you may become locked into a uniform way of thinking that is negative. Let me repeat that line. At times, you may become locked into a uniform way of thinking that is negative and defeating. And although your intellectual intents tend to be creative and adaptable, you have a fear of change that fosters fantasies of doom. This is a very difficult thing for you to transcend, for your rich imagination creates events that seem real and foreboding. A sense of gloom can interfere with psychic impressions. You need to cast these feelings out and trust the wisdom of a higher power. Although tragedies happen to each and every one of us, they are infrequent. Fear is wasted effort, and it does not change anything. On the positive side, your life is rich in all levels of experience, and although you are magnetic and a natural innovator, you may find yourself with only one or two close friends. Your energy attracts some and alienates others. You're not an easy person to get to know. Very few will be invited to join your inner circle. You can appear quite beyond the ordinary understanding to many people. You may need to lighten up a bit. People do not approach life with the intensity that you do. And if you can learn to connect with your peers, you may find that others aren't as distant or as ordinary as you think. That's fabulous. I love that. Wow. Wow. Very, very well done, Allison. Very well. Very well done. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Thank you, Hard Times, for that compliment. I appreciate that. Christy May, you're beautiful. You don't have to explain anything, love. And besides that, these cards are fun and they're interesting and they're intriguing. And they do sometimes offer some insight and some understanding, but not every single word fits you. 90% of them do, but there's one or two things that just don't make sense. Throw those out the door. Throw those out the door. This is one person's interpretation, but it's spirit that's picking the card, so you know it's got to be right on. Thank you, Freya. That was an awesome card. All right, going back up top here. Let's see who else we got. Karen, Sheila, Christy May, Allison, Julie, Nicole, you next. Freya, you after Nicole. Jeff, if you're still hanging out with us, you're after that. Whew. All right, Nicole Smith. Oh, I know. Hard times, how would have I ever known? Amazing. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right, Jeff. All right. This one is, let me go back up here. Nicole. Is that what I said? Yeah, Nicole. Thank you. 26. And my Roman numerals are coming back to me now. Come on now. XIV, XVI. XXVI, Asante, Sacred Stool. Oh, I know what this is. At least I think I know the legend of it. All right, here you go. Asante, Sacred Stool. You ready? This is the symbol. This is talking about the symbol. The symbol you have chosen is a sacred stool crafted by the Asante people of Africa. The sacred stool was a symbol of ancestor worship and was believed to have been dropped from the heavens by Nyankopon, the supreme god of the Asante. People were not permitted to sit on this stool. It was far too holy. Chiefs would sometimes give the impression of resting on it at religious ceremonies, but attendants would really hold them up with their fingers a few inches above the highly polished seat. Even the most awesome chiefs feared to disturb the spirits that resided inside the stool. A sacred stool later came to represent the Asante as a nation separate from other African people, as well as the spirits of the tribe. Although there are many different sacred stools among the Asante, the original golden one is thought to still exist, hidden somewhere for safekeeping. Nice. All right. Let's hear the conclusion of this one. Going back down. All right. Conclusion of the Asante stool. If you have chosen the Asante sacred stool as a past life symbol, you are proud, cultivated, and dignified. You radiate a regal appearance and have an aura of confidence and assurance that carry with you. Although you may be small in stature, you give the impression that you are much taller than you really are. There is a sense of royalty about you. It's not that you feel superior to others. You are a person of great character and you know it. You dislike lying, cheating, or anything that might be considered dishonest. Even as a child, you would not follow others just for the sake of belonging, especially when other children engaged in scapegoating. Although you believe that you are important and would never turn your back on another, you often stand up for the underdog. You have a special light about you, and you are willing to share it with others. Your personality is ruled by the sun, and like the sun, you feel most comfortable at the center of things. Astrologically, the sun is similar to the chief of a tribe. You may tend to be a natural leader, but never in a loud, boisterous, or demanding way. You're actually very reserved, but you often end up running things even when you resist the idea. After you have given in, you usually do enjoy the limelight. You always aspire to a higher state of being. Though you seek devotion, you will not take kindly to demands. Your most positive trait is courage. You're not easily intimidated, and when you see something that is unjust, you are the first to point it out. This may give you a bad reputation for being blunt, but you have such warmth and honesty about you that people usually grow to admire your straightforwardness. It's not that you are a petty fault finder. On the contrary, you will overlook faults for a very long time before you address them. It is your sense of justice that drives you forward. If you are critical, it's not in a personal way. It is not that you tend to It is never your wish to destroy another's spirit, and you would not take kindly to someone who destroys the wonderful potential of his own spirit. Because you are romantic and sensitive to the beauty of the world, you may collect exquisite objects that have a golden or warm tone, and you can usually wear unusual colors, combining them with tastefully and effectively. Everything about you seems warm, lush, and luxuriant. You give off an aura of being poetic, complex, and richly sensual. You will unwillingly surrender just for the sake of falling in love. In fact, you're not happy when you're not in love with someone or something. You are unusually clever with your hands and enjoy working with solid, tangible materials. You may be especially talented at carving, sculpting, woodworking, or at the finer crafts of weaving and sewing. It's likely that you have delicate hands or long fingers, for these are the traits of the Asante. You enjoy losing yourself to the tactile sensations of new paper, soft cloth, polished wood, and smooth surfaces. You surround yourself with objects that are sumptuous and refined. Your past life among the Asante of Ghana have made you a person rich in sympathy. And although you have a strong sense of self, you can still identify with the plight of others. When a person deserves your affection, you will be an exceptionally adoring mate. And you are a balanced person with more than just a little sense of wisdom to share. Nice, Nicole. You know what? It felt right. It felt right for you when I was reading it. I love that card. That was beautiful. Very cool. Very cool. All right, Freya, little Freya. You're next. Jack, I'll even pull a card for you there, Hard Times. Hard times. All right. Here we go, Freya. This one's yours. This one fell right out. Now, did you guys see me shuffling these cards? Shall I also? Is that right for Freya? Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure because that card fell out, so it may have been stuck to another one, but so I had to ask, and it said no, that wasn't the right card for you. And I only asked because, and not because I didn't think anything about it. I didn't think anything good or bad, but all these cards, and I've only read just a few, doesn't seem right that I should be repeating one. So if I pull out a repeater, I just want to make sure. How about that one? Nice. Much better. Oh, I think it's a mirror. XB. Oh. It is a Celtic mirror. Nice. I like that. Celtic mirror for Freya. The symbol. Get up here. Okay, the meaning of the symbol. The symbol you have chosen is taken from the back of a 1st century BC Celtic mirror etched and painted with bronze. On closer inspection of the mirror, the face of an animal seems to emerge from the spiraling circular shapes. Whether or not this is intentional is unknown. Mirrors in ancient times were fashioned from metals by polishing the material into a high glossy surface. The reflections they made were illusory, dreamlike, a fitting resemblance for the Celtic cultures of Europe and the British Isles. Give me just a second. That was a hot flash. That was a big one. Okay. Freya, the Celtic mirror. The conclusion is, if you chose the Celtic mirror as a past life symbol, you have tremendous insight into the psychology of others. Your understanding of human nature makes you an especially perceptive and potentially gifted psychic. Although you would gladly invite psychic visions on the grandest scale, your ability tends to be more of an intuitive understanding than of motivation to others. Let me make sure I read that right. Stupid thing. All right. Although you would gladly invite psychic visions on the grandest scale, your ability tends to be your ability tends to be more of an intuitive understanding of the motivations of others. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, this is a long one. Pardon me. You may have analyzed your own motivations for many years, and you are able to tune into the unconscious thoughts of others. You love puzzles, and only the most complex individuals will capture your interest for long. You may be attracted to people or groups who are a bit eccentric. You understand hidden side of our compulsions and will make a fine psychologist or counselor. There have been many endings and beginnings in your life, and when you choose to cut someone out of your life, it will be with great finality. You are able to comprehend destructive actions or self-serving schemes of others. You may sympathize with these people but not completely accept them. You understand that negative actions of any kind defeat your purpose, and in order to survive, you must build a wall of psychic defenses. You are neither a snob nor a fool. Negative people simply have no place in your world. You naturally understand the concept of androgyny or unisexualism and recognize that you have both masculine and feminine traits. You're sensitive to both sides of the polarities that live inside of you. You may be receptive, but you are not submissive. You may be active, but you are not overly aggressive. It is likely that you have an intense fascination with people who appear to be your exact opposite. If you do, it is because you are attempting to reach and connect with the perfect otherness that lurks inside your psyche. Although you may be mentally oriented, you are attracted by sensuality. You may feel subtle rhythms of life within your own body and are drawn to types who may seem more logical or reasonable. This is not something that you lack, it's simply a part of you that you have grown away from over the years. This search for an opposite in your love life creates sexual tension and excitement that is compelling. You may experiment with poetry or other types of writing with some seriousness. You have a talent for storytelling or speaking in the voices of other characters. No matter how strange or odd a person may seem to you, you have an unusual capacity to understand and accept that strangeness. You may find your highest inspiration in the rhythms of nature, resting beside a glittering stream or observing different shapes of clouds that float peacefully by. You are attracted to beautiful and unusual stones. Your creative expression is constantly changing and enjoy the regenerative aspects of the natural world. You have an unusual interest in death and see it as a puzzling transformation from physical matter into spirit. You're fascinated by death and also the transition before birth. This interest may manifest itself in two different ways. You may feel very nervous over the idea of death or have a mature wisdom about the natural cycles of life and then the passing of the soul into the spirit world. There may have been many changes in your life, some of which seemed out of your control, having little to do with your goals, wishes, or dreams. In time, you will see that these changes came to pass by your own unconscious maneuvers. You may have made some monumental mistakes and acted irresponsibly or followed some self-defeating impulse, but your higher self was guiding you, making you see that a complete transformation was absolutely necessary. The ideas of spirits or ghosts intrigues you. You love transformation. You love to transform yourself into something different or entirely new. These transformations represent an unseen aspect of yourself that you wish to confront or express. For this reason, other people may misunderstand you. They may think that your interests are a projection of a dark or evil nature, but nothing could be farther from the truth. Your motivations are the result of an innocent, childlike imagination. Bravely confronting the darker aspects of nature gives you a certain power. Anything forbidden challenges you, and dealing with it in a creative way to overcome your fears. You love a good story, whether it be listening or telling. After you're finished telling or writing down a story, it's usually much richer and more interesting than it was first told to you. You love to embellish and exaggerate, and it's possible that you are attracted to science fiction or gothic stories and supernatural writings. You are no doubt an avid reader, constantly changing your worldview by comparing different philosophies and spiritual ideas. Your life among the ancient Celts made you a powerful, transformative individual, and you realize that in order to bring positive change in our outer world, an idea must first be born within. Woo, man. Debbie, good morning to you, love. That was a lot of reading, wasn't it? That was a lot. Wow. And it was well written and really, in a lot of cases, absolutely spot on. Spot on. Really well done. Love it. Hi, Heather. Good morning to you, love. All right. I have got time to do Jeff a reading because I've been on here for a little while now. Let me scoot up here real quick. Jeff, are you still with me, brother? Hard Times, you still here? So I got Jeff, got Hard Times. And then Debbie, if you'd like me to read you a card, I will read you one. And Heather, I will read you one, but that's the last one I'm going to take is Heather, okay? Jeff is with me now. So I'm going to pull this card, Jeff. There's a lot of information. You might have to go back and listen to this one a few times to absorb it because it's a lot. A lot of information in these cards. Oh, wow. That's a cool card, Jeff. I mean, seriously, this is a very, very cool card. And I don't know, I've never even seen it before. So let me find the page. You're going to like this. Ooh. That's my sister. It's really fitting. I'm going to answer it. Hey, sis. Good morning. What's up? Why? What's the matter? Yeah. All right, honey. I love you. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, crap. Oh. I just spilled my water everywhere. Okay, let me just throw something down on this. My sissy, I love her. I don't think she feels good today, so I'm not going to mess with her too bad. All right, Jeff. This is... Gosh darn it, where'd you go? Stick with me. Don't leave me yet. My sister sounds like something's wrong. She's not feeling well or something. So when the phone rings, I'm going to cut us off, okay? But I'm going to finish this one up real quick for Jeff. And if I have to come back on in a little while, I will. Or I will just take pictures and post them up. It depends on what's going on. Hey, you've chosen a symbol. Oh, excuse me, sorry. This is the Mound Builder hand effigy, Jeff. It says your chosen symbol is a hand effigy made of mica that was taken from a Hopewell Indian burial mound in southern Ohio. Mica is a fragile mineral that the Hopewell Indians obtained through trades with tribes from the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina. Has a high luster like silver and was used for hand and animal cutouts and ceremonial objects, mirrors, jewelry, and sacred gravesite decorations. The use of mica is prevalent in burial mounds of the Hopewell Indians. That is exceedingly cool. Never even heard of that. Okay, conclusion for Jeff. If you chose the mound builder hand effigy, you are a person who loves to dream and investigate. You have a serious interest in the ancient world and an arcane knowledge of any kind. You are forever expanding your own world, following your natural curiosity and need to know. It is difficult to pinpoint what fascinates you most. Your interests take you down many paths and lead you in many diverse directions. You display a powerful need for accomplishment. If something interests you, you will pursue it and neglect everything else around you. This may cause friction, as you tend to neglect loved ones and friends while involved in these projects. Because your mind is easily stimulated, you may come up with zany schemes that others consider impractical, or you may be more concerned with the lure of the future and romance of the past that focuses on the here and now. Although you pride yourself on being individual, you work much better in group situations. It is important that you learn to organize your thoughts and pool your energies. You can have powerful influence over others and must use this ability with much wisdom as possible. You're a person who makes a difference. Because you approach life goals with wisdom and generosity, whatever you touch turns to gold. Your visionary qualities can be expansive. Others around you realize this and gravitate towards you. It's a type of magic that you have about you. You can inspire others towards greater things and lovingly show them what is possible. And in most cases, you're an enthusiastic and positive person. You seek to advance yourself as well as others. You're very unselfish with your gifts and your successes. What benefits you works to the benefit of those around you. You believe in sharing, and you realize that eventual result will be rousing success for everyone involved. There are times when you're extremely restless and nervous. You may feel a need for a change that is radical, extreme, and abrupt. In many respects, you will experience numerous new beginnings in your life. Every 7 years, you seem to evolve into a totally new being. You feel the need to resurrect yourself into something new. Let me grab this. Hey sis, can you give me about 10 more minutes and I will call you right back? Okay, I'll call you right back. Bye, honey. Okay, sorry about that. What benefits you works for the benefit of those around you. You believe in sharing and realize that the eventual result will be a rousing success for everyone involved. There are times when you're extremely ruthless and nervous. You may feel a need for a change that is radical, extreme, and abrupt. In many respects, you will experience numerous new beginnings in your life. Every 7 years, you seem to evolve into a totally new being. You feel a need to resurrect yourself as something entirely new. Thankfully, most of your choices lead to a positive and creative change. You never completely destroyed, even during the times when you feel ready to collapse just before an important passage occurs. Your family may worry that you are jumping off a cliff or making unwise choices, yet you are completely compelled to clear your life periodically of any negativity that you absorb from others. For you, change is absolutely necessary and much like being born again into new life. You have an extremely sharp and imaginative mind which enables your envision to many things that are within your grasp. Many people see this as creativity and innovation at work, but in reality, it's just a strong belief that in the way that things are going to be. You believe it, therefore it's true. It's as simple as that to you. For the most part, you seem dreamy to others, but your visions are not without reason and substance. What others see as sheer fantasy is your progressive glimpse into the future. What is fantasy now will be reality tomorrow. And I'm going to apologize. I'm going to apologize and say that I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. My sister needs me. I don't know what's going on, but she needs me for something. So I'm not going to finish these readings up to date. And I don't want to make any promises for anything that life's out of control, out of my control some days, and I have to flow with it. So let me get off here, see what's going on in my little world, and wish you guys peace in yours and lots of love. And just go and just be happy today. Just be happy. Do something for you. Love to you all. See you later. Oh shit, I'm still streaming. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Go have a